And I forgot to turn my camera on. Oh, we're off to a flying start, aren't we, folks? How you doing? It's Friday evening, and it is a wrap-up of the week, as much as I can wrap it up, considering it's been one heck of a week. Bizarre news stories, bizarre behavior by bizarre people who are reportedly, statistically, legalistically, our political leaders who have been elected to positions of power and authority, one would assume. And well, if you live in the United States of America, the south of the 49th parallel, because I am Canadian living in Canada, in Canada's capital, for those of you who are just figuring this out, see the maple leaf, the true north eager beaver. That should be a thing. I'm the grizzly bear, by the way, and I wear glasses frequently, but I don't do it here only because the glare and if I'd have to find the sweet spot and just stay there the whole time like that and never move my head, and I have ADHD, OCD, anxiety, and depression. So, trying to keep still the entire time is next to impossible. So, I choose not to wear my glasses so I don't distract you with any sort of reflection or glare. That's my choice, largely because of when I see the glare in the playback in the video, it makes my OCD go a little bit crazy. I'm not even kidding. It is Friday evening, so I am having an emotional support beer. This is, can you read that? Mascom. It's, this is from Beer Fest 1999, the Haberoni Roundtable 26, or Gaborone. Habs, Gabs. If you know about Botswana, which is where this is from, that's what that's from, 1999. I got to visit in 2001. That was one of my dad's beer mugs he gave me. I have a few of them. There's a couple I have from the 2001 Beer Fest. It takes place in October. So technically you could say it's an Oktoberfest, except it happens at the beginning of October 11th, 10th or 11th, I think, usually around that date. So it's, seen, I guess you could see it as an Oktoberfest, but it's in sub-Saharan Africa, in a nation that borders on South Africa, so they call it Beer Fest. And if you ever get a chance to go to Beer Fest in Gaborone, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, a lot of wonderful people, and a cultural experience that might change you for the better. Certainly did for me. But we're not going to talk about me tonight. Tonight, my goal is to try and talk to you about some of the strange, bizarre things we saw this week in the news, on the news, on television. There was a truly bizarre time. I mean, my goodness, you saw the release of the budget here in Canada, which could have been voted down, could have collapsed the existing government, and we would have had an election at Christmas time. Well, cooler heads prevailed because nobody in their right minds would want an election at Christmas. We've already got enough to worry about. Let's not spend even more taxpayer dollars on something that isn't needed. Now, whether you like the budget or love the budget or hate the budget or hate the party that brought forth this budget is neither here nor there. It is what it is. It's an actual thing. It's taking place, and we need to learn to live with it and accept it. The government did not fall, despite some efforts by the Conservatives to masquerade as a group of individuals who thought that maybe we can show and exert our power by hiding behind a curtain, saying that the technology to vote remotely didn't work, so we'll just hide behind frat boys behaving like frat boys do. And I don't know if you caught my grizzly growl talking about, and I'm going to just touch on it, talking about how when a member of the Conservative Party crossed the floor to join the Liberals, they reacted like a bunch of petulant children and screamed and cried. It was like the worst thing that ever happened in history. You deserted us. You abandoned us. You stabbed us in the back. You're scum. You should go to hell. And compare and contrast that with when a Liberal MP crossed the floor and joined the Conservatives. That person was wished well, and hopefully that they could contribute to their constituency and help their fellow citizens. Without having to say it out loud, but I'm going to say it out loud, the Conservative Party of Canada is a bunch of clowns who are actually the Reform Party, who don't give a shit about you, who only want power, they have no wish to govern, and they just want to control you and take all your money. Now, let's move on from that for a second and compare and contrast, if you will. I guess you could say that. I don't know if it's really a compare and contrast. I just want to focus on this bizarre moment in history. And we're going to start it off with, I'm going to share the video from the members of the U.S. government that caused the President of the United States to, well, effectively state they should be executed. And he put the death penalty on them because they asked members of the military to disobey illegal orders. Have a look at this video if you haven't seen it. This is what caused it all.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
Who take risks each day
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military,
And intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
And right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
But from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
you must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
In the Army,
Our Navy,
The Air Force.
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
So that was what caused a great deal of consternation in the United States of America and caused the president to, well, I'm just going to show you I'll call it a tweet, but it's on his Truth Social network, which is another way to bilk the American people because, anyway. This is what he posted. Seditious behavior punishable by death. Now, I can't be hyperbolic when I say this man's a freaking lunatic. He's out of his mind. He's out of his mind. He is calling for members of Congress to be executed because they told the military to refuse illegal orders, which, constitutionally speaking, is in direct line with their oath. Their oath is to protect the Constitution of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands. It has nothing to do with the president. I know he's the commander-in-chief, but if he gives you an illegal order that is in a violation of constitutional rights, You are bound by the Constitution to refuse that order. And this raging, orange-skinned lunatic wants to execute members of Congress. I don't even know. Some of them might have been senators. I didn't catch their actual political titles. And I apologize because I don't know nearly enough about how that works in the United States of America. We're this Canadian political show, but some things do need to be talked about, and this happens to be one of them. The man's a lunatic, and he's going to get people hurt, and he doesn't care. As long as he gets his way. And to him, if he gets his way, he's heroic. The guy who likes to say he's stopped, what, is it up to 9 wars now? Is declaring war on his own citizenry. Do you not see the problem there? Because I sure do. It's completely bizarre and unhinged behavior. This is not what we would call normal. How does the saying go? May you live in interesting times? Well, wow, are we living in them? Because holy crap. Now, let's have a look at what his mouthpiece had to say. Because this is something else. If you've not seen this clip, I'm going to share it with you now. Just watch this.
Caroline, this morning President Trump accused 6 Democratic lawmakers of seditious behavior punishable by death. Just to be clear, does the president want to execute members of Congress?
No. Let's be clear about what the president is responding to, because many in this room want to talk about the president's response, but not what brought the president to responding in this way. You have sitting members of the United States Congress who conspired together to orchestrate a video message to members of the United States military, to active duty service members, to members of the national security apparatus, encouraging them to defy the president's lawful orders.
Caroline, this morning President Trump accused 6 Democratic.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. It's not even in the realm of truth. They were instructed to defy illegal orders, which would not be considered lawful. You know, I used to feel bad for Carolyn Levitt. Levitt? I don't know what her surname is. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care because she's a terrible person and someday karma will get her. I used to feel bad because she's young, and I thought she's young and naive and foolish and just wants to climb the ladder, and she's going to do all these things to destroy her future. Except she made this choice of her own volition. She's married to a gentleman who is older than me, and I'm 57, and she's what? How old is she? Even 30? Is she even 30? Yeah, she made her bed. She's got a lie in it, and boy, has she got a lie in it. I just don't even. Every day, a friend of mine earlier this evening said something to me that I went, yeah. Every day he says something that's more outlandish and outrageous and off the wall. And that's the last thing of the day we remember. And the next day they have a new policy in the morning based on whatever outlandish shit he just said. And it seems to be the reality of the situation. The President of the United States of America is unhinged. The man's a lunatic. And I would be happy to tell him to say that to his face. Trip over my tongue every now and then. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Levitt's husband is older than her father. Ew. Ah. That's disturbing. Ugh. It's a cult. It is a cult. I, you got to give your head a shake every now and then because it just does the insanity of it all pushes one to, I don't know. I don't even know what degree does it push you to. It pushes to the point where you're thinking like, are we in the upside down world? Because I think we've been there for the last few years. I think it all started with 2020. Maybe. That's when it all began, when everything went. I mean, technically, we could go back to 2016 when Trump became president the first time and somehow became president again. And now he's rescinding all of his tariffs. Oh, first he did it for Switzerland when the president of Rolex gave him a priceless Rolex clock, not a watch, but a clock, considered priceless. So he dropped all the tariffs against Switzerland. You understand how this man works, right? You can buy him off. Easily buy him off. I mean, we're seeing it in real time. And I don't know. I don't know if you've seen. I'm gonna share something with you in a minute here. If I can find it, I gotta find it. I sent out a thing to a few different people, and I'm trying. Oh wait, I know where it is. Hang on. I've got a video clip I want to share with you now that maybe you have seen, maybe you have not. It's a comedian who it's a thing of brilliance. It's absolutely a thing of brilliance. And when you see it, the subject matter you may find a little disturbing. But here's the thing: I want you to pay attention to the subject matter. Pay attention to the performance by the comedian. Pay attention to how accurate his commentary is. Yes, sure, it's ribald, blue. It's based on, well, it's based on something that we believe may have happened. Let me rephrase that. It's something apparently that did happen. Not that we believe. It's something that apparently did happen. Not with the individual in question in this clip. But just watch and enjoy this because I honestly, I'm still laughing about it. And it's been, I don't know, 24 hours. Come on.
Do you think Trump blew Clinton? Do you think it happened? Because Bill Clinton's like, pretty smooth. And Trump is very easy to trick. You know what I mean? So I bet you can't suck a dick for shit. I can suck the best dick. I'll suck you off better than Monica.
Okay, so I know it's ribald. It's this, it's that, it's the other thing. But honest to goodness, I've been laughing about that joke for 24 hours because the way he nails the voices, number one, and number two, the way he plays to Trump's weaknesses, which is, I bet you can't do this. I could do it better than anybody. Which is effectively how Trump responds to any. You're not a very good. I'm the best golfer ever. The best golfer that's ever lived. I could beat them all. Lee Trevino. Maybe not Adam Palmer because he had such a giant penis. Wasn't that a clue? Now, the Bubba in question here is not Bill Clinton. Now, Bill Clinton, that was his nickname, Bubba. He's not the Bubba in question here. The Bubba in question here apparently is the name of the son of a Russian oil oligarch, which makes me think there was a large sum of money that was to be loaned to Trump. Now, I'm going out on a limb here. I could be completely wrong, but I'm probably not. a large sum of money that was to be loaned to Trump. And they said, tell you what, we'll give you this money as long as you do this. And we're going to film it. Maybe the filming part was unbeknownst to Trump, but I don't doubt for a second that he would do that for money. Because the only thing he loves is money. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if he performed fellatio on some Russian oil oligarch's son for the jollies of all the people involved, for him to get a loan or a grant or whatever it is. The man only cares about money and nothing else. Well, his ego, but it's money and his ego, and they go hand in hand. So I have every reason to believe he did what Mike Epstein said he did. Or is it Epstein? Sorry. So, about Epstein. It's spelt Epstein, but often in the United States of America, in the Western culture, it's pronounced Epstein, much like Harvey Weinstein and not Harvey Weinstein. In Germany, you have Albert Einstein, not Albert Einstein, because it was German. So apparently it's Epstein in North America, Harvey Weinstein in North America. In Europe, it would have been Stein. It's very confusing to me because I'm like, well, is it a Steinway piano or a Steinway piano? Anyway, there you go. I have no reason to doubt for one split second that Donald Trump was not above doing that for money, because all he cares about is money. But that joke, honest to goodness, it's hilarious. Because that's Trump to a T. I can do it better than anybody. I'm the best there is. I'm the best. I got to make sure my hands are in the frame. I'm the best there is. I'm the best. Nobody can do it like me. I'm the best. So yeah, that's where we sit at the moment. I just, may you live in interesting times. Wow, are we doing that? What the hell is this? 13 years ago. Huh. Okay. I'll show you this picture from 13 years ago. This was, well, I guess this was me 13 years ago for Movember. So bear with me. I'm just going to show it. Just popped up. So I thought I'd share this. That was 13 years ago for Movember. Movember is important. It's about men's health. That's one way to put it. It's about the prostate. Get your prostate examined. Get the whoop. Get the whoop. Do I have to go? Yeah, you got to go and get it done. You got to get it checked out to make sure you're okay. I thought I'd share that with you because that was, that was 13 years ago. Wow, it just popped up on my feed. You know how your memory's on Facebook. I'm like, I don't remember that, but I guess it was 13 years ago. There you go. Now, I did have something else I was trying to share with you, but I for some reason, the feed that I had brought up on my thing, it just fell away, as it sometimes often does when we bring up, assets that we want to share and show to you. Sometimes they just fall away. I don't know why that happens. I don't know if it's a computer thing or if it's an internet thing or if it's just, you click on something else and it cancels that, or I just clicked on the wrong thing. But either way, it's, as I said, we are truly in the upside down, in the most strange and bizarre timeline I've personally ever seen and experienced. And here's the worst part. There's no end in sight. It just keeps getting weirder every damn day. Every damn day. Now, I could talk about the Conservative Party of Canada, but quite frankly, I don't want to. I heard Pierre Poilievre's voice enough this week, and it just, it enrages me because he lies so damn often. Well, actually, if he's speaking, he's lying pretty much. Or stretching the truth. Or there's a kernel in there, maybe, but he's just exaggerated or hyperbolically stated something, and he never gets called out for it. And this is why I could not be a reporter on the Hill. I couldn't, because he would say something outlandish and a total lie, and I would go, "That's a fucking lie! You're lying! Once again, stop lying to the Canadian people! Stop lying!" And then escort me out. So this is why I can't be on the Hill. Because I can't play the game. I refuse to play the game because it's not a game, people. Journalists, you should do what Barbara Frum would do, what Barbara Walters has done. Call them out on their lies. Well, no, that's a lie. I've talked to those people, and what you just said was a lie. Call them out. And here's the thing. In Canada, I'm not going to talk about the United States when it comes to this. In Canada, when you call them out, they can't ban you. They might not answer your question, but they cannot kick you out of the room if you ask them a legitimate question and they lie to you when you call them out on it. They can't ban you. They can't kick you out. America's different. It's the land of the brave and the home of the free, where freedom is a argumentative state of mind. It's whatever the president decides from one minute to the next. The current president. Anyway, folks, this is kind of the way it was this week. Strange and bizarre behavior from politicians on both sides of the fence. There was a video I wanted to show you of an MP in the House of Commons going a little bit off script, for want of a better term. And I'm using that as a metaphor. But I've decided not to do that, only because I happen to know this person. And I hope they get the help they clearly, very clearly, so desperately need. I hope this person seeks therapy and gets some deprogramming, because this person has gone right down the rabbit hole. And I don't know if if this person is ever going to come back from it. And I've had a conversation with other friends, mutual friends, about this particular individual, and I went, yeah, I don't know if they can come back. I think maybe they're too far gone. I don't want to give up hope, but they're on their own. They have admonished their friendships. Basically, we all were friends with this person. None of us speak to this person anymore. They have made new friends with individuals within the Conservative Party who, fuck it, who cares? Look, they're sucking up to Poilievre and Scheer, trying to get a cabinet position when they think they're going to get elected. I'm like, as long as Poilievre is the leader of that party, he will never be prime minister. As long as Andrew Scheer is there, both of whom should have quit, like any respectable individual would done when you've been handed such a extemporaneous defeat. I don't know if that was the right word, but I couldn't struggle. I was struggling in my head. My inner monologue didn't have the right word, so I said extemporaneous. I don't know if that was the correct one. This is the ADHD brain. Anybody else with any sort of self-respect would have stepped down. Stepped away from politics, lost your seat, been defeated, walk away. No, Poilievre had to run to Battle Creek. Battle Creek? No. Sorry. Battle Crow. Not Battle Creek. Battle Creek's different. My apologies. He had to run to Alberta, the safest Conservative seat in the country. And has anybody seen him in the constituency? Does he have a constituency office there yet? Now, I know a lot of people say, well, why doesn't Mark Carney have a constituency office in Nepean, where he ran and got elected? Well, see, the difference between him and the leader of the opposition is Mark Carney is the actual fucking prime minister who has to, negotiate new trade deals because the orange buffoon to the south of us has basically stopped talking to us about trade. At which case I'm like, well, fuck you then. No more oil, no more potash, no more electricity. You're on your own. But because those things are part of CUSMA or the USMCA or the NAFTA 2.0, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same damn thing. Because it's a part of that, we have to legally honor those things, even though Trump's trying to tariff elements of that, which he's been told he cannot do by the Supreme Court of the United States of America, because he's in violation of a trade agreement that he brought up and ratified, negotiated, and signed. Actually, I think he had nothing to do with it other than says, get me a better deal and I'll sign it. I think that's what took place. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not the smartest cookie in the tool shed. My emotional support beer. Anyway, folks, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Short and sweet, 30 minutes-ish on a Friday evening, and I don't want to take up the rest of your day and time. I know that your time is precious, as is mine, and I do have a number of things I have to get to this evening. But thank you for coming out tonight. To let you know, my mental health is actually really good today. I had a couple of weeks of real darkness there. Last Friday was not good. I have since recovered. I don't know what brought it about. It started on mid-afternoon on Remembrance Day, and it stuck with me up until about, I'd say, I was starting to come out of it by Wednesday, and by yesterday when I got home from work, I was out of the darkness, and I'm feeling very good today, and I'm very happy to say that. And I hope, and I cross my fingers and raise my emotional support beer and say cheers to good mental health for each and every one of you. And I hope you feel what I'm feeling right now, because I feel good about myself again. And that's a nice feeling. So thanks to our sponsors, Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, PsychicTarot.ca, and the Peppermaster. I'd like to also put up online our coffee link right here. It's kofi.com/TrueNorthEagerBeaver, I think. If you scan the QR code, you see below my finger, or above my finger, sorry. My finger's below the QR code. I'm pointing to it. It's above the speaker. Actually, it's above my digital picture frame in the background there. If you scan that QR code, you can send us a couple of bucks online. And if you are so inclined, that's great. That's wonderful. And if that is not necessarily your way of doing things, you want to help us out, send us a couple of bucks, you can do so by sending us an e-transfer at truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com, which is on the bottom of the screen right now. And that money goes directly into our corporate account, which we can use to put towards things like, our monthly costs with the different pieces of software I use for editing, because everything is on a subscription basis now. Nobody can just sell you anything. I'm like, I'd like to buy that. No, it's a subscription. No, I don't want to subscribe. I just want to buy it. No, it's just a subscription. So a lot of the software I use today is subscription-based only. And then, of course, I'm averaging about $250 a month I spend on promotions and advertising to help grow the channel. So if you can spread the word about the channel too, I'd greatly appreciate it. So thanks for coming out, folks. We appreciate each and every one of you. You do mean a great deal to me, and I wish I could see you more often. I'm going to try and do more growls, and I will continue to do a Friday night thing. For those of you who are looking for my ASMR work, I will be back very soon. I'm going to be recording some stuff, and I will go live next week. I just don't know date or times yet, so it'll come up when it comes up. Lots on the plate, and I'm trying to keep as organized as possible and make the most of my time. I don't have a lot of free time during the day, and I apologize, but that's just how life is sometimes. So I will bid you adieu, and I'll see you soon. You take care. Have a great weekend.